How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy King Kath, and we are here reviewing episode 2 of Dragon Ball Daima. This episode is called Glorio, and we finally get to meet the titular character, but I'm getting ahead of myself as per usual. Definitely hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, let me know if you're liking the show so far. I have a review of the previous episode, which I will link below in the description, as well as my Sparking Zero review. Definitely go check that out. I love that game. I've been addicted. But let's get back to Dragon Ball Daima. So the episode begins right where we left off. Goma just made the wish to turn everyone into a child or a mini version of themselves, and it's kind of interesting. So Goma was expecting to have another wish, so he could wish for, I believe it's called the third eye. It apparently makes him super powerful. I wonder if they're, putting some plot forward to something that might happen later. But we do find out that the dragon says, nah, this is only for regulars. Brand new people, I grant you one wish. And then he dips. I think that was kind of interesting because, we always see 3 wishes ever since Dende made the new set of Dragon Balls. Once he became the Guardian, they made it so it's 3 wishes, similar to how Purunga is on Namek. But I didn't know that the dragon's like, nah fam, like if you ain't a regular customer, you're getting one wish, like it or not. And then goes, and I think that was kind of cool. But after that, we pretty much see everyone as a child. Dende and even Mr. Popo are children now, and Dende's more like a baby. But what happens is they take him because they think that, if he's not on Earth, the Dragon Balls can't be used, so then, they can't undo the wish that was done to him, which makes sense. I'm glad they covered that, and they're taking him hostage as well. So we kind of have that in the plot now, that Dende's been taken pretty much hostage into the demon realm. So let's see what happens there. But after that, we see the aftermath of everyone turning into children, and this was definitely one of my favorite scenes of the episode. We start by seeing Krillin. Krillin's just like looking around, noticing that the sky is no longer dark, and that's when Goku and Vegeta come crashing down, and they all notice that they're children. And it's just really funny because you get to see people like Mr. Satan, you see Piccolo, you see freaking Master Roshi. Yo, Master Roshi looks like Saitama. I'm not even kidding, man. He looks exactly like Saitama. You could tell he's loving being young. I think Master Roshi was hilarious to see as a child. I definitely hope he's in the series more. But we see, everybody. Bulma's loving how smooth her skin is. Same with Chi-Chi. And we see Goten and Trunks as babies. Now, we've seen Trunks as a baby, of course, in the Android Saga and the Cell Saga, but we never saw Goten. I believe you see Goten as a child or like a toddler in the credits of one of the movies. I can't remember exactly which movie. It might be the Bio Broly movie. If I'm wrong, my bad. Let me know in the comments below. But that was the only time we really saw like a smaller Goten. But it was kind of cool seeing them as babies, and they're like talking kind of like telepathically, and they're playing around, and I think that was kind of a wholesome, cute moment. But I just love everyone's character's design. I think Mr. Satan looks hilarious, and even Vegeta was like, "Who are you?" And Master Roshi, I think he's my favorite looking person right now. And again, Goku even said like, "Yo, who are you?" Because he's never recognized him, because ever since we saw Master Roshi in the series, he's been an old man. So it was jokes to see him younger. I think we saw a flashback with him when they were fighting Piccolo Daimo in the original Dragon Ball. We saw him as like a teenager, a young adult, but this is the first time we see him as a child, so it's cool seeing that. And I don't know what's going on, but I have noticed there's one absent character. I'm hoping they bring him later on in the show, but where the hell is Gohan? I mean, we've seen Gohan as a child. We saw Gohan grow up to be an adult. We saw him pretty much through all of his entire life, as like a toddler to like a child to like a preteen to an adult, and he's just not there. I know in episode 1 they said that he's studying, but bro, like, Gohan would have been so funny for the fans to see, because we've seen him as a child before, just similar like Goku, right? We saw Goku as a kid and we saw him grow up, so it would have been cool to see him. they have to definitely bring Gohan into the show some way or another, whether like Piccolo is going to bring him. But I'm just really surprised that there's no Gohan. I thought he would have been a for sure person, because like they have the character design for child Gohan. So I don't know where he is, but I feel like they're going to bring him eventually. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Because we can't forget, this takes place after the Majin Buu saga, and right after, like during the Majin Buu saga, it is stated that Ultimate Gohan is stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So Gohan's technically, before this all happens at least, is the strongest person there. He's the strongest person on the planet. So I don't know where he is, but I definitely hope that they bring Gohan back, because that would definitely be great. And the Gohan fans, like, y'all are done so dirty, and then done so good, and then done so dirty, and then done good again. I know it's frustrating. I mean, Goku's my main character, but hey, Gohan is a great character. I'm surprised that he hasn't been in the show yet, but I'm hoping that they bring him in eventually. They can't just cut him out of the show completely. It'd be ridiculous, right? But yeah, we then go to the lookout, and Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, all of them, they go to the lookout. They figure out what happened because Popo tells them. And we also realize that Goku's having difficulties flying, and not just Goku, but Piccolo too, and it's because they're not used to balancing their new tiny body. So while they're, talking about what's going on, Supreme Kai realizes that Degasu, his younger brother, and Goma were the ones that made the wish, and they're going back to the Demon Realm with Dende. So they want to go and save Dende. What happens is, Supreme Kai tells Kibito to bring some ship that they have on the land of the Kais that was covered in moss during the battle of Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Buu. It was kind of cool. We don't see animated versions, but we do see some cool, like, redrawn stills of the fight. Looked beautiful. And pretty much they bring Bulma. They bring Bulma to the lookout to fix the ship so they can go to that realm. And while they're doing this, Goku is trying to train, and he realizes that because he's so small, his spatial awareness is screwy, in his own words. So he thinks of getting the power pole. And when he gets the power pole, it's kind of funny because he goes to see Korin first, and it's always nice to see Korin because, he's never really in the show anymore. And Korin tells him that Master Roshi's got it. We get to see another scene of the GOAT, Master Roshi, aka Saitama Roshi, and we find out that he's using it to hang his laundry. Very, very hilarious Akira Toriyama humor. That's just something that he would do. Just, this amazing, crazy weapon that was used to connect the lookouts is being used to dry laundry. It's just, of course it is. And once he gets it back, Goku goes back to the lookout and has this nice little scene where he's showing how he knows how to use the power pole, and he's like flipping it around, and it's a really, really cool scene, really beautiful. And then Glorio comes. And when Glorio comes, then that's when they pretty much say, like, hey, I was hired by the Third King to come get you, Goku, because you need to fight Goma because he's powerful and crafty. And that's when Supreme Kai goes with him as well. And Vegeta wants to come, but he can't because the spaceship can only fit 3 people. So Bulma's working on their ship, and then that's when Bulma, Piccolo, Kibito are going to rejoin them when they're in the Demon Realm. So that's where we kind of leave off. Goku's going there with Glorio and Supreme Kai, and the plot will just go from there. I think it's a pretty decent episode. Definitely brings the plot forward, and now we're actually finally going to get to the new setting that all the marketing and everything's been about. So I don't want to say like nothing happens in this episode, but I think that it's a pretty low-key episode. There's no action at all, and it definitely thickens the plot. Now we're actually moving the plot forward, and I think the next episode is when things are really going to begin, because they're going to be in that new realm, and I'm excited to see what happens. The animation continues to look gorgeous. I'm really hoping that they keep up this quality, but I think we are in for a good show. I think the opening So the opening is actually kind of cool. The opening is the first time that we're actually seeing it. I really like it. I know I heard somewhere that in Japan people aren't liking the opening. I think it's great. I think it's very Dragon Ball-esque, like 80s Dragon Ball, maybe 90s. I definitely think it's a catchy tune. I think the visuals look good. We'll see if it gets tiresome after a couple of episodes. Let's see if they change some of the things, because Dragon Ball is pretty notorious to, change the openings, not just the songs, but the scenes in the actual opening, depending on what's going on in the plot. So I hope that they definitely add things like that in. And we also saw the outro, and I thought the outro song was okay. It definitely had some really nice pictures. It really reminds me of classic Dragon Ball, just with the stills and everything. But what I noticed is that it's just Goku, Vegeta, Bulma, Glorio, Supreme Kai, and then the other, so I think 2 other characters that we haven't been introduced to yet. So that's why I'm like, is Gohan gonna be there? Are they doing that on purpose? I do like how Piccolo is seeming to be part of the plot. I love Piccolo, and I think that he got done dirty in the Buu saga. He got done pretty dirty in Super. Definitely superhero, great movie, and Piccolo is like pretty much the glue that holds that movie. So I hope that he does well. I love Piccolo as a character. I think this young Piccolo, I love the characters of young Piccolo. It's really cute. So yeah, I think this show is shaping up to be pretty good, and I think the next couple episodes are really going to be the make or break for this show. I know a lot of people are liking it. I know a lot of people are a little sour about them turning into a kids and reusing that GT plot, but I think we're gonna see what happens. I think having people like Vegeta and Piccolo as children there too will really keep things fresh. And Kid Goku was always just a joy to be around, and so far I really do like how he is, because Goku just acts like a kid in general. So when he is a kid, it just seems more appropriate. I don't know if that's just me, but yeah, I think it was a great second episode, and I cannot wait for episode 3. But that's gonna do it here, guys. Just a quick short video. Just wanted to give my thoughts on the episode. I cannot wait for episode 3 next Friday. I know this one got released a little bit later. I wasn't home when the episode dropped, so hopefully next Friday when the episode drops, I'll watch it, give my review shortly after, and I definitely want to time it better with the actual drop. But if you want to definitely see what I think about episode 3, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share with your friends, let me know in the comment sections. Like I said, are you liking the show? Are you hating the show? What do you think of the theme song? What do you think of the animation? Are you playing Sparking Zero still? Let's talk Dragon Ball, guys. I always love talking Dragon Ball. I mean, look at my background. Come on, guys. Y'all know I fucks with Dragon Ball. But until then, King Cap signing out. Catch y'all in the next video. Peace out.